Hello, my name is Darian Michaelitis, the current student body president of Essex High School. Today I will be moderating the debate between the 2023-2024 presidential candidates for the student body.
So the rules for the debate. The questions should go down the line, and before the questions start, each candidate will get a 1-minute introduction about who they are and why they want the job. For each question, candidates will get 45 seconds to answer. Rebuttals will be 20 seconds. I will keep time. After each question round, Darian will open it up to rebuttals, and candidates will be able to add on to what they said or ask questions about each other.
All right, so we'll start with introductions, starting on that side of everyone.
All right. My name is Chase Wignall. I'm a junior here at Essex High School. Very excited to be running today.
Hi, I'm Emma Renault. I'm a sophomore, and I'm here to run because I want you guys, your voices, to be heard, and I can do that for you.
Hi, my name is Lily Larson. I'm a junior here at Essex High School, and I'm running today because I care about student voice, and I feel like Mia and I are the right team to get your voices heard and your things that you want in the school.
All right, and would VPs would like to introduce themselves, starting with Mia?
I'm Mia Canizero. I'm also a junior, and I'm running with Lily because we're a really effective team together.
I'm Eli Conti. I'm a sophomore, and I'm running with Emma Renault, and I think that we can give the students what they want.
I'm Max Spader. I'm a junior. I'm running with Chase Wignall, and we believe that we're the best candidates for the job for this. We believe that we can bring the school together and accomplish more than the rest of these people can.
Yeah, Max! All right, the next question is, what is the most pressing issue facing students at Essex High School, and how can EHS student government, under your leadership, help address this issue?
Yeah, so a lot of pressing matters here at Essex High School. I think a big one here is Snapchat being blocked and TikTok being blocked on the Wi-Fi. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a petition out to the student body, try and get a quarter of you guys to sign that, and then bring it to admin and see what they can do about it. And since this is a district-wide issue, we'll also, once we get that presented to admin, we'll go to the superintendent as well and see what we can do.
So we believe that one of the most important issues at EHS is spirit. I think we're lacking a lot of it, and we all know that. So we want to implement morning announcements, and we want teams, groups, clubs to be able to announce their events, and so that we're all aware of them. And we all know that when we have school events and more of us come, it's more fun, and we want to celebrate our hardworking peers.
We have a goal of reducing waste in the school cafeteria because we really see that as an environmental concern, and that's something that both Mia and I care very much about. We also want the whole student body to feel included in extracurriculars and sports events, so that's increasing attendance and awareness of what's going on in our school and how students can get help and how students can be there.
All right, and now this question is kind of similar, but what are some changes you'd like to see at Essex High School if you become president?
We'd like to help existing teams as well as clubs get a platform to reach the student body to help improve their participation. And we'd also like to help unfounded sports teams like the rugby team, who haven't had enough members yet, get started. We're going to do that through student government by helping give funding until they can get recognized by admin. We also want to help clubs get started. We're looking to have students really reach out and have their ideas heard so we can have a more spirited school.
So we believe that equity and inclusivity are so important. We want everyone to feel comfortable here, so we want our presidency Instagram account to be a good place where people can share their ideas, their problems, and we will hear you. And we also want to implement a link on the EHS website where you can fill out a form to contact me and Eli, and we will use that feedback in our weekly meetings with admin.
Mia and I ideally want student body to feel safe and comfortable within their learning atmosphere, so that could be working to increase flex days or working to increase opportunities for students to connect with their teachers.
All right, and before we move on to the next question, are there any rebuttals for that? So EHS student government claims to be a critical component of communicating student voice to the administration. How well do you think you could speak on behalf of the student body?
Well, Max and I are on two ends of here at Essex High School. Max does varsity sports and he's a captain for those. I'm a member of ALC, Student Gov, and a former band member here at Essex High School. So I kind of represent one side of the school and he represents the other side. And I think together we do a really great job of making sure all voices are heard.
So I've been a 2-year member of student government in the issues committee, and Eli's not a part of student government, so we think that together we create a nice balance between student government information and what the student body outside of that wants. And the job as president is chief executive, chief legislator, chief spokesperson, and chief role model. And all of that combined, I feel as though I'm the best candidate to be able to do that. And that means interactions with faculty, administration, and the community, which I have lots of experience with state legislation.
Mia and I are both very active roles in our community at Essex High School. We are both some of the leaders of the environmental club here, and we both hold leadership roles in student government, so we know how to get policy done and we know how to communicate effectively. We also believe that with our roles in other various clubs and our past roles in other areas of the school, we can communicate with everybody, we can get a range of voices heard, and we know how to get it done.
All right, any rebuttals to that one?
Yeah, so Emma, as a sophomore this year and a junior next year, how do you feel that you'll be able to lead the school as you're not going to be the oldest?
So that is a big thing, is that I've only had 2 years of experience here, but I feel that in my time here I've accomplished so much, especially as a member of the issues committee in student government. I have learned so much. I have talked to past presidents and past presidential candidates, and I believe that I have everything that I need to be able to do it as well as any upperclassman would be able to with the experience that I have.
All right, moving on to the next question. What are ways that you think you could improve student spirit at EHS?
Yeah, so we want to make the school more welcoming by decorating for important events like homecoming, pep rallies, getting everyone aware that we're doing those things. We'd like to have more spirit weeks and bringing back wear your school colors on Friday. I feel like that's a really great way to increase awareness that we're a spirited school. And we want to have more school-sponsored events like dances.
Chase, that's time.
That's time? Oh, all right.
We want to be able to have spirit weeks where the students can choose like which days are which, because we know that the spirit in this school kind of lacks when not everybody wants to participate. So we want this to be an included environment where everyone feels like the activities that are going on are something that they want to be a part of.
Mia and I have the plan to be the forefront of advertising what's going on in our school, so everybody's aware and everybody knows when to be there and what's going on. We want people to feel included in what they know about what's going on at the school and what they should do. And that includes putting hanging up posters around the hallways, decorating for special events, and being the bridge between student voice and admin in terms of putting on special school events.
All right, any rebuttals? Okay, moving on to the next question. Every year, the parking lot becomes more packed as sophomores get their licenses. How will you ensure that everyone gets a parking pass and that there's not excess handed out?
Yeah, so I think priority parking is a great way to deal with that issue. Based on seniority, we want to enforce the parking pass rule and make it so that everyone has an effort, everyone who has an effort makes an effort to get the parking pass is ensured a place to park. So if you go out of your way to get a parking pass, you have a place to park.
We want to make sure that it does come by seniority, and we just want to say that we can't add any more parking spaces because we're actually above the limit of pavement that we can have on our school grounds. So adding any parking spots isn't an option, but we want to enforce parking passes, make sure that everyone that is parking in our school has a parking pass and is using it daily. And depending on the amount of spaces, have upperclassmen be the priority.
We want everyone to be more aware of when the parking pass deadline is, and we want everybody to feel included in having a parking pass and people to not feel like they can't come to school because they don't. We also will encourage carpooling because it's both good for the environment and it's a good way to save space in the parking lot.
All right, any rebuttals? Okay, so multiple clubs have difficulty organizing events with administration. How will we make student relationships with admin more positive?
We want to meet with admin on a weekly basis to make sure that students' voices are heard, and we're going to have a sit-down kind of coffee house style thing every week during Flex where anybody with an issue can come to me and Max and discuss their problems or things that they want to see accomplished. And then we'll bring those ideas to admin, and we'll do our best to appropriately and as adults communicate with them what the students want.
So we will be using both the agenda of student government and the agenda of you guys, which we will be getting from our forms and our Instagram account, all of the information that you're giving to us, and use that in our weekly meetings with administration to go over and execute orders. And we want to simply outline what we need from each other and build a relationship based on mutual respect.
Although Mia and I do have some ideas and our plan outlined for what we want to do for the next school year, we also are very open-minded candidates, and we encourage people to come to us with their ideas that can be implemented. And we are never going to stop communicating with admin, and we both hold roles where we have communicated with admin before, so we have experience and we're dedicated to that.
All right, any rebuttals to that? Okay, now we're going to loop to the vice presidents for one question. What are ways that you think you could improve school spirit at EHS? We'll start with Mia.
Well, me and Lily personally, we would like to post more on our Instagrams and make people aware of what's going on. I think part of the reason that people aren't really spirited at our school is because they don't know about spirit activities that we could have happening. So raising awareness, hanging up posters, reposting, things like that could raise awareness for spirit.
I believe that Essex has the potential to have the biggest school spirit student section in Vermont, and I think one of the ways that we can contribute to that is just simply going out to more games and increasing awareness to sports, whether that be during the morning announcements that we're trying to implement, sports teams like telling them at the games tonight and like trying to encourage people to come out, and reposting stuff on Instagram, being more active in the community, just things like that.
We plan to post on social media, hang up posters and stuff around the school, and we also plan to talk with admin and get more school-sponsored events like dances, carnivals, game nights, trivia nights, stuff where the student body can actually be together for periods of time.
All right, thank you guys. Any rebuttals between the vice presidents? All good? Okay, next question for the presidents. So the seniors are leaving this year. Why should they still vote for you?
Yeah, so Greek proverbs say, a society grows great when the elderly plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. Likewise, the seniors should vote for us and put their faith in us because we're going to be the best hands for the school. And if you like our policies, don't forget to vote for us on Monday and Tuesday.
So me and Eli both have great relationships with all of the classes in this school, and we believe that the seniors know us very well in terms of they can use their vote to vote for us because they know that we will get it done the best, and they know that we are the best candidates for the position, and they are using their votes for their underclassmen to have the best presidency.
Mia and I both also have very good relationships with a lot of upperclassmen, and we want to make sure that they know that we are going to be effective and we are going to be dedicated to this position, and that by trusting us with their vote, we will get it done, and we will just keep on getting it done throughout the year because we care about the student body and what they have to say.
All right, any rebuttals? Okay, final question for today. Do you have significant connections to different groups within the school? Can we be sure you'll provide support to sports, the arts, academics, and the general quality of life at the school?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. Thanks for asking that one. Yeah, Max and I both do very different sports. Max has really great connections with lots of his friends in CTE, and I have great connections with lots of my friends in the arts from playing in the EHS band the last 2 years. And as far as academics go, we both really put ourselves out there in different areas of the school, like STEM and social, social studies, yeah, and history, that kind of stuff.
So me and Eli are both in honors classes, both play sports. I'm involved in a bunch of clubs. I'm currently playing Ultimate Frisbee, and I play soccer as well, and Eli plays soccer. And involved in the clubs that I am, I have been able to interact with so many different kinds of people in this school, and I feel as though we've both built such good relationships with so many different people that we can really represent everyone in this school, and everyone in this school, different groups, feel like they can come to us and they know us.
We have been in a range of clubs across the school, and I participate in both track and field hockey. We both have deep connections to the school with the people and with the events that go on. We are always there at school events. We go and support students, not just in sports, but in all areas of the school. And for Environmental Club, Mia and I have both worked as co-leaders together with some other people, and so we know that our leadership is effective together. So we've planned events, and we've gone to the State House, and yeah.
All right, any rebuttals between those? And we got a few extra minutes here, so we can open up to questions for the people in the auditorium. Does anyone have any questions? If there's no questions, we can conclude this. So last call for questions. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Chase, you mentioned how you want to get, you want staff to power man for like the better student body class that majority of students to see. But the reason that like I believe it was banned in the first place all of your talk is because students were like on the phone class or getting distracted. And so how do you feel you can like properly convince admin to switch that and like show that to the school to have access to this?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I'm going to restate the question so everyone can hear it.
Yeah, great.
So Chase was asked with his plan to unban Snapchat how he will convince administration that it's an appropriate thing to unban and it won't become disruptive or distracting in class.
Yeah, so I've worked closely with student government this year and as a speaker, and I know that the Issues Committee is working really hard to get that unbanned right now, but the school year is coming to an end, so this is probably an issue that's going to overflow into next year. And if we can get a petition signed and bring it to to the admin with enough people really wanting this issue changed, I feel like that shows that the students have a voice, and this is a democracy, and we want something changed, and we want this issue to be brought about the right way. And I know Snapchat has been controversial in the past, but it is a great way that many people communicate, and it's how you get to talk with your friends, and you can use it on the computer now, so it's equitable. So that's a great way to get around communication.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as a member of Issues Committee, I'm very familiar with this topic, and as Chase said, all of that is very good information. And also, admin actually banned like a group of things, and Snapchat was not the main part of that, and so Snapchat actually is not the main issue of this, so I think that it will be something that can go over pretty well with administration. They'll be happy to talk about it because that wasn't the main issue that they had.
All right, any other questions? Okay, so there's no more questions. So would each of you just want to go through for about 30 seconds each and just conclude why people should vote for you for president?
Well, you've heard all of our policies here today. If you've got more questions, feel free to reach out to us on our Instagram. Me and Max are very good at checking the DMs, and we represent the entire school, no matter what. We understand that maybe it seems like we do a lot of the same stuff, but me and Max do very different things at the school, and we work very well as a team. So if you're looking for that kind of dynamic, don't forget to vote.
So, again, we're here to make sure your voices are heard. Students are the heart and soul of this school, and too often your ideas aren't heard because either you don't know who to talk to or how to cut through the red tape of admin. I want to carry that load and represent you, and we're asking for just your ideas and your vote. A vote for us is a vote for your voice, and Essex deserves the excellence we can provide.
We know that together as a team, Mia and I can work together, we can get it done. We can listen to student voice, and we can work on the policies that we have outlined today. We think it's very important that every single student at this school feels very included, and that's why we want you to vote for us this coming Monday and Tuesday for the presidential election.
All right, thank you to all the candidates and thank you for everyone for watching. Voting will take place next month, Monday and Tuesday during lunches in front of the cafeteria. In order for a presidential candidate to win from the popular vote, they must receive 40%. If this does not happen, the vote will be kicked to the Senate for final vote. Thank you, everyone.